So I wanted to talk about the little voice today. This little voice that's always carrying on in our head that we spend way too much time listening to. And given how much time we spend listening to it, we should at least be really clear about whether it's giving us good advice or not. So I'll give you a couple of examples and you can see if this rings true for you or not. So let's say you just arrive at the office, you're walking down the hallway, and your boss is coming the other way, and you give them a really big cheery good morning, and you get a really weak hello back. In fact, they barely acknowledge you. So in that moment, do you think, wow, I wonder if something's going on with them, I hope everything's okay? Or do you listen to that little voice that starts going into panic mode, thinking, oh my God, what just happened? Is she mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Am I going to be fired? And then we'll spend the next hour in panic mode, imagining all the worst case scenarios or going back into the past trying to figure out something that we did wrong, really just driving ourselves nuts until our coworker comes in and says, hey, did you hear that something happened and the boss is leaving, she's going to be gone the rest of the week. And in that moment of relief where you realize, wow, it had nothing to do with me, do you ever stop to look back at the advice that you were getting? That was all that panic necessary? Was it helpful? And so maybe there's a scenario where you want to start a new career or you want to start a new business venture and you're super excited and you're all pumped up about it. So you go and you're sharing it with a friend or you're telling them what you want to do, and they start giving you all the reasons why it's a really bad idea to start a business in this economy, and most businesses fail, and you've got this safe, secure job, why would you leave it? And instead of defending your dream and saying all the reasons why, no, I know those possibilities, but I really want to go after my dreams, the little voice chimes in and starts agreeing with it. Yeah, you know what, those are good reasons. You shouldn't do this right now. You should stay in your safe, secure job, even though you hate that job and it's slowly killing you. And so it stops you from following your dreams, from following your passions. And in these scenarios, do you imagine that it was a life coach, right? That you've called up your coach, you've told them you want to start a business, or you tell them about what just happened with your boss. Imagine if they gave you that advice. I mean, you'd fire them immediately. And so, but we don't fire this little voice. We never even question it. We never question that it keeps taking us from, that it keeps doubting us, that stops us from moving forward, that it keeps us in this cycle of panic and relief where one minute everything's okay, the next minute the world's coming to an end, and then we're back to everything being okay again, and never questioning this cycle, like, why do we keep doing this? And this is why your inner voice, this little voice, is the worst life coach ever. It's not helping you. It is absolutely robbing you of your happiness, your passion, your dreams, your life. And so the next time that you find your little voice carrying on, it's exaggerating why someone else's bad mood must have something to do with you, or it's trying to stop you from moving forward in some way, or in some way it's starting to make you feel bad. I want you to turn to it and say, you are the worst life coach ever. And I find that when I do that, and I will say it, I mean, I don't say it out loud, of course, and I wouldn't recommend you say it out loud, but when I say those words, it just breaks me from that trance of the negative self-talk and kind of just brings me back into reality really quickly and goes and to realize, like, wow, that was really bad advice. I'm not going to listen to that advice, that no matter what has happened, if I've failed at something, if I've made a mistake, if I've said the wrong thing, that beating myself up about it is not making the situation better. It's not helping me. Because remember, whatever we're telling ourselves internally, we start to believe. And so just because I made a mistake, or just because someone passed me and looked at me the wrong way, I don't want to carry on a dialogue about that that's going to make me feel worried or anxious or start to feel bad about myself. That's just not helpful. So check this out for yourself. Really pay attention to these cycles, particularly when you get to the relief, the side of the relief. Notice, wow, was all that panicking necessary? Don't get so caught up in the relief. Take a look back and see what caused you to get to that, to need the relief in the first place. And if your inner voice, your little voice is giving you bad advice, if it's the worst life coach ever, then fire it. And next week, I'm going to do another video to show you how you can turn this little voice into the best life coach ever. And so if you like this video, if it was helpful for you, please give it a like. And if you would, share it with your friends, maybe on social media. And if you want to see more videos like this, then please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.